Alright. Shady Claricator. Although the intro is it's gonna be this kind of serious video, and like recording this from a phone. But I just wanted to do like a somewhat serious short video about a topic that's come up a few times. And I figured since I'm at this point in my progression as a content creator that I both don't really have a community and don't really have that much size to really throw a weight around, I could probably say my opinions without having to deal with a giant harassment mob and get my anxiety over making such a video like out faster. God, this is gonna be a rough one. Matter of fact, my throat's bleeding. But I have opinions about art. I mean, yeah, sure, everybody has opinions about art, but I don't mean like aesthetics and how like, oh, I don't like this person's design or something stupid like that. Like, you just don't tell them. It's not about you. It's like, you can keep that to yourself. Like, no, I mean, like, negative opinions about art. Mostly stuff I probably wouldn't want to say, because, like, most of the people I interact with are in some way, shape, or form artists. And I don't want to, like, step on anyone's toes with my opinions if I say them wrong or don't fully explain myself, because I do have an issue with not fully explaining myself. But I'm not about to talk about childhood traumas or whatnot. American school system sucks. What I'm talking about is, like, well, it all started when I saw a Reddit thread that had some of my opinions on certain things, in this case being art, like show up, and it was explained so poorly that it got under my skin. Mostly this idea that apparently exists in the VTuber community, apparently on Reddit, that if you use something like Meshy AI to do the rigging for your model, even if everything else is like 100% made by you, it still counts as AI, and thus you shouldn't ever show it anywhere because it's not real, it's fake art, yada yada. Like, you're a trash person, you should have spent the hundreds of dollars or whatever rigging the thing. I'm like, okay, so riggers count as artists. I'm like, sure, why not, whatever. I find it kind of stupid, you know? Like, it's one of those things where he's like, oh, this isn't art, that isn't art, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I understand some people go like, hey, I just want to do this without having to spend shit tons of money. And like, if I could do it for free by myself, I would, but I can't. So I use this little thing to cheat. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like, for explaining the not explaining things part. Like, yeah, I still stand by what I said about the award ceremony recently. Like I said, it kind of feels like cheating, but I don't mean oh, it's not real. I mean, this is miscategorized. Like, say you have a video game awards, right? And you see a indie game, a retro game, a DLC, and a mod for a game, all in the same category. Like, which one do you want to win? Because all of those don't feel like they should be in the same category, but because the awards show has such a limited selection of categories, all of them end up in that one category. That's how I thought about, like, the whole drama about the VTuber drama about the awards, like, earlier in the month. this is the same thing. This is my opinion. Like, I don't like having to pay people, mostly because my budget is $25. It's always been $25. I will always try to get something like either $25, or if I have to go higher than that, make the maximum amount I'm paying, like in installments, $25. Like, I cannot do more than that. People don't like listen to me and get into all sorts of arguments and drag me into this kind of stuff. But that is how I present myself. I do not like going over that. But so if I could use something to do it myself, I would. But my PCs are old enough that if I tried to do something myself, because I have to do it myself in order to learn how to do it, because I'm a kinesthetic learner. I can't just read a tutorial and then do something. I have to actually physically do it to actually learn how to do it. If I can't do it because my PC would crash or freeze up or brick, then I'll have to pay someone. And I hate having to do that. But I acknowledge that people who do these things don't do it for free and they want to be paid. So I acknowledge that. But what I don't get is people who are in the same position. They try to find a way to do it without having to, risk their PCs or whatever. And then people give them hate because they didn't fork up all the dough, and it's like, because they're broke. Why didn't you say you were just broke, brokey? That's what I hate. It's not to be biased. It feels like being the stereotypical Californian asshole, or the stereotypical artsy-fartsy European. And I hate that. Both because while I'm American, I am not from California, and I refuse to have anyone label me as Californian. And while I do have family in Europe, I am not an artsy-fartsy European, and I don't want to be ever associated with the idea of being an artsy-fartsy European, derogatory. I just don't want that in my life. It's too much hassle. Now, if I get threats about it, yeah, sure, whatever, fuck you. But still, it's I can have an opinion about art. I can express that opinion, but I cannot share the opinion. But at the same time, I just don't like how people go about their weird restrictions on art. Because if writing is an art form, and rigging apparently is an art form, then why the fuck is all this nonsense about what is an art here? Fucking cooking and fighting is an art form. So miss me with that. It's not real art. It's synthetic. It's GMO art bullshit. Just kindly F off. Let people do what they want. And then if you really have a problem with it, just say they're not your aesthetic and move on. Heck, for me, there's VTubers whose model design I just don't like. There's one thing about them that gets under my skin. Do I say it to them? No. Usually because there's something else about them that I absolutely love, and I stick for that. And if I can't do that, I just go. I have this opinion about a lot of things in the quote-unquote VTuber sphere on the internet. A lot of it is stupid, and a lot of it is kind of a bad opinion on my part, or a bad opinion on theirs that I just have to shut up and agree with. But at the end of the day, it's just people not being able to communicate, and I just hate that. I'm sorry, I ranted so long about this. God. Even making this video just makes me extremely on edge. It keeps scratching at my skin and causing it to bleed all over the place. Thankfully, I didn't start this video up while I was on the highway coming home from work. Otherwise, I might have gotten run over. That's what I get for doing the video off from my phone while I'm walking 10 miles back to my house. Anyway, this is Shady, just signing off, I guess.